It is Wednesday, the 7th of June, and we begin at 5 with a crucial moment in Portland's homeless crisis, with City Council set to hear testimony from the public and potentially vote on a daytime camping ban, along with other restrictions and enforcement. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Molko. Based on what we've heard from commissioners so far, it seems the ban may have enough support to pass. So let's get to Catherine Cook at City Hall. Catherine, set the stage for how we expect this to play out this evening.
Well, David, tonight will be the second reading of this proposed ban, and commissioners are expected to vote on it tonight. However, we're told it'll be at least another hour before they get to that agenda item. Mayor Wheeler proposed this camping ban last week, and yes, it does seem to have a lot of support on council. Commissioners Ryan and Gonzalez have both shared their intent to vote yes. Commissioner Rubio has expressed concern, though, and says she plans to vote no. She worries if the ban takes effect next month as proposed, that won't leave shelter services enough time to prepare. The ban would prohibit camping on city property from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. There would also be a 24-hour camping ban in certain places like schools. Supporters say strong, definitive action like this is long overdue. Opponents believe it feels too close to criminalizing homelessness. The mayor's team says the goal would not to be to punish people who continue camping illegally, but rather to connect them with services. But once again, tonight we are waiting to hear from the council as they continue to contemplate other agenda items. We're told it could be in the next hour or 90 minutes or so before they actually get to this proposed camping ban. We'll keep you posted. David.
Yeah, Catherine Cook at City Hall. We'll check back with you around 6:30 there. Let's get to an update now on the deaths of 5 women across our area, with Portland police telling us earlier this week there was no indication these cases were connected, though it seems, according to one published report, that statement may have been premature. Let's bring in Mike Benner now. Mike, what do we know?
Well, David, it appears that there is still a chance that these deaths are connected, and one person eager to find out is Diana Allen. She is the mother of Charity Perry, who vanished in early March, and more than a month later, she turned up dead in Ainsworth State Park in East Multnomah County. Perry is one of 5 women who have been found dead since mid-February. One was found in northwest Polk County, another in northern Clark County. The others have been found in and around the Portland area. This has a lot of people thinking a serial killer may be on the loose. But this week, the Portland Police Bureau released a statement saying they do not believe the deaths are connected. Since then, though, a source close to the investigation told the Oregonian that statement was premature, and detectives are always looking for commonalities in unsolved homicides. To that point, a source told the Oregonian that Southeast 82nd Avenue and an area near Clackamas Town Center was frequented by Perry and 2 other victims. Perry's mom, Diana Allen, says she is not convinced the deaths are connected, but adds she wouldn't be totally shocked if eventually they are. Only time will tell.
I had to accept that I may have to wait quite a while to get the answers that I need.
You know, it's hard to miss Diana Allen's stutter. She tells me that it developed in the wake of her daughter's death, and doctors say it's due to the trauma she's experiencing. Regardless, she is hoping that anyone who knows about her daughter's death or any of the other deaths will pick up the phone and call police. David?
Yeah, one mother of so many that deserve answers. Thank you, Mike. Let's take you to Northeast Portland, where a pedestrian has died after they were hit by a car. This was late last night near Northeast 33rd and Lombard Street. Police say that vehicle drove away after hitting the pedestrian. They are still looking for the driver. Anyone with information about this hit and run should contact Portland Police. And in North Portland, one person was killed in a crash by North Fremont and Williams. That is in the Elliott neighborhood. Police say 2 cars hit each other. One driver died. Another was seriously injured. The major crash team is investigating. Let's take it to Clark County, where a fast-moving fire tore through an industrial building late last night and left more than a half dozen businesses struggling to pick up whatever is left. This was in the Salmon Creek area near Northeast 146th and 10th Avenue, and that is where we find our Tim Gordon this evening. Tim.
Yeah, David, a really tough situation out here for business owners and employees who couldn't work today. Now, firefighters called this a violent fire. We're going to show you an extreme example of that. This is a propane tank. There were actually two of them that went off. This one blew up and shot like a rocket from in there out to here, hitting this car and just really decimating it. You can see that, a dramatic thing to see for sure, and just a fraction of the damage.
That's Levy. That's Benton right now.
This is what Clark County Fire District 6 firefighters had to contend with as they pulled up to the industrial complex on a cul-de-sac in the Salmon Creek area shortly before midnight Tuesday. A 110,000 square foot building engulfed in flames. Crews from Vancouver and Clark Cowlitz Fire Rescue came to help, but there was no stopping the fire as it ripped through businesses from custom car works to painters to asphalt sealers.
Well, you can see it coming down the freeway, big ball of orange flame.
Wednesday morning, Tony Fox says his Fox Coatings business of 25 years took a big hit.
What was in that shop, of course, was one of our trucks and thousands of dollars of tools. Every tool we have, every shovel we have. You know, I'm a paving contractor this morning without a shovel.
And Fox is certainly not alone. From above with Fly 8, you can see the extent of the loss of cars, trucks, equipment, and materials, including paints, oils, and other toxic flammables. And on the ground this morning, real anguish for people who poured their lives into their work, having lost so much so quickly, now trying to figure out a path forward. We spoke to Eric Santos, owner of Superbrush Painting for 7 years. He lost it all.
All my tools, all my spray guns, power washer, material-wise, all my paint for my future projects. It was quite a bit in there.
Now he is trying to look past the devastation to what he calls his plan B.
I gotta keep moving. I gotta keep going, and honestly, I feel bad. I'm not gonna lie. I feel bad seeing this, and all my years of hard work is pretty much gone.
And while the fire inspector looks for a cause of the fire, businesses here are looking to get back to work, if possible, as soon as possible.
You got 6 guys that work for this company today that are not working because of this. Yeah, six good guys. We'll get them. They'll be back. We'll get them back working tomorrow. We will. This is not Fox Coatings was not going to stop. I spoke with a fire marshal this afternoon, still working on exactly the cause and the damage amount for everything that was inside that building. The building itself worth about $1.8 million, we're told. He says the fire, though, did start in the back corner of it, where there's an estate sale business where they had storage, and apparently it was just chock full of stuff. The fire started there and spread. Back to you.
Tim Gordon reporting. Thank you, Tim. Closing arguments are underway in the class action lawsuit against Pacific Power over the 2020 Labor Day fires. A group of 17 plaintiffs, you might remember, suing Pacific Power for $1.6 billion in damages, saying they could and should have done more to prevent the risk of fire. Now, lawyers for the company says it shouldn't be responsible for climate change, and power shutoffs are a rare and last resort. In their close today, they pointed to the spread of other wildfires and added that it is impossible to eliminate all risk. Meanwhile, attorneys for the plaintiffs argued Pacific Power destroyed evidence of downed power lines and internal communications. A jury is now going to decide on liability and damages.
The idea is you can't destroy the evidence and then stand up and say there's no evidence of your liability. That's not fair. That's not how the law works.
Well, since the 2020 wildfires, Oregon power companies have used power shutoffs more proactively in high wind events. The jury's decision in the case is expected this week.